Hey everyone, this update in the murder of New Orleans Saints and New Orleans Patriots defensive end Will Smith. Um, the person who shot him was a man by the name of Cardell Hayes, 28 years old. Cardell was a semi-pro football player, and his latest efforts included a stint at trying to be a pro football player, playing in a Hollywood movie as a football player. I don't know which one. But the biggest story behind Mr. Hayes is that his father, Antonio Hayes, in just during Katrina, was shot and killed. This is all on video too, by New Orleans police. A huge number of them. This is on video. They're actually closing in on a circle around him, and the man is waving his arms wildly. He's mentally ill, and he had a 3-inch knife. You could barely see the knife in his hands. It's by the camera, a sizable fellow. And they killed him. About 8 or 9 police officers. Cardell Hayes and a group of citizens successfully sued the New Orleans Police Department a wrongful death lawsuit that they settled out of court. One of the police officers in that group of 8 or 9 was a Sergeant William Cervantes, who's since retired. Cervantes was having sushi with Will Smith the same night that the accident and murder later happened. Now, police have said, in New Orleans have said, there's no obvious connection at this point. They're investigating whether or not there is. Cardell Hayes is the one who can explain that. Hayes' defense attorney says that there was a toxicology report should be done because it would reveal who is inebriated and who is not. Hayes contends that alcohol affected the behavior of Smith, but he didn't go so far as to say that, for example, I acted in self-defense or anything of that nature. He didn't say that. His statements were very circumspect and looked like the defense, sounded and read like the defense attorney that Mr. Hayes hired was trying to design an argument, but it was incomplete. I also should add that defense attorney has said that he is going off to do some other type of project, and Mr. Hayes will be represented by someone else over the next 5 months. At any rate, the bottom line is that Hayes is being held on $1 million bail until he appears in court. I don't know when that date is going to be just yet. My point in all this is, okay, so what? Here's what bothers me before I finish the sentence I was about to utter. I want to share this thought. Cardell Hayes says that Will Smith was someone he idolized. If he idolized him, why in the fuck did he shoot him? He had no business with the gun. And I know what all of you are going to say who are gun preachers and all this jazz, but I'm telling you, had Cardell Hayes not had a gun in his car, we wouldn't be talking about this. Okay, maybe they would have had a scuffle or a fight, and that would have been it. But Cardell Hayes stayed at the site, called 911, had a witness stick around. Cardell Hayes could have called 911 before he shot Will Smith, not after. You know? I'm sorry. Now, Hayes has a prior arrest for illegal possession of a handgun, all right? But the bottom line is Hayes has no previous record of having even attempted to try to kill anyone. But because he had a gun in his car, the temptation to use the gun was there, and he did it. He did it. And we have example after example after example over the last 5 years alone where people that National Life Association members and others would say were law-abiding citizens suddenly became not law-abiding citizens and shot people. This has got to stop. We've got to stop the use of guns. I don't care what anybody says. This has gone far enough.